হ্যালো গাইস, আসসালামু আলাইকুম। তো কী অবস্থা সবার? বা যে যেখান থেকে দেখতেছেন, যদি একজন দেখেন লাইভটা একটু শেয়ার করে দেবেন, যদি নতুন হতে চ্যানেলটা সাবস্ক্রাইব করবেন ভাই, প্লিজ। ভাই আমি ইউটিউবে নতুন, যে যেভাবে পারেন সাপোর্ট করেন। আপনাদের ভালোবাসা ছাড়া তো কিছুই হবে না। আর কীভাবে কী করলে ভিডিও করলে ভালো হবে, তো আপনার একটু অ্যাডভান্টেজ দেন।
যেরকম তোমরা আমাকে চেনো না আর আমিও তোমাদের চিনি না, কিন্তু আজকের পর থেকে
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special.
If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Tony Adams is the standout player, Peter.
Well, he does stand out, Jim, of course, but Specifically how?
Because he's a colossal presence who seems to thrive the tougher the job gets. His level of commitment is an inspiration for everyone to follow.
Closest thing to a manager on the pitch.
Can't argue with that.
He's had a shot! It's there! Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Well, I was impressed with both the movement and the pass, both causing lots of problems for that defence.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. And it's Messi. Now this could be a chance. Van Dijk is onto this. And he's heaved it away.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Oh, nicely intercepted. It's a searching pass. Now that's well seen too. Can he get it through? Well read, nice interception.
Bangladesh are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Pass is just off target. Cleared without complication. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Looking for options for movement. Adams gets it clear. Howson. Oh no, what has happened here? Real chance! He scores! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. Well, there was to be no other outcome.
I think the defence really need to wake up here, Peter. They really shouldn't be getting caught out like that.
So that's two now without reply.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
And he's running through, and the shot! It's hit the upright. That has ended up in no man's land.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Van Dijk gets across to intercept that. Rijkaard calmly anticipates. It's a pretty loose pass.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And that's it for the first half. A breathless ending. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Bangladesh certainly can feel happy about how things have gone, but now isn't the time to take their foot off the pedal. They need to keep pushing, keep imposing, don't leave the door open for the opposition.
And we're off again.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Goes for a shot! Danger averted for now. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Rice, who does have an assist to his name. He's in space and looking for options.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Now, can they get him away? Kaká knocks it into space. Shot a goal! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Backward it goes. Davids!
relief, it just needed better contact.
Well, if they hope to have any chance of turning this round, they have to...
Oh, what a mistake! Ball's gone out of play. Kaka. And that is a little undercooked. Kaka. Xavi Alonso. Crosses it in. Rice. And the pass is intercepted. Nice looking ball. Van Bouten kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Kaka plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. And he was quick to react. Can he get onto this? Davids. Into the last quarter of an hour. Passes coming off in quick succession here. And it's Otto. That's an imaginative pass. And that is expertly dealt with.
Bangladesh are stuck in Central Station, and they might find a fast track out wide if they'd care to look.
And he cuts out the supply. Alexander-Arnold. And he's picked out the run. And that is as far as they're going to go. Nicely shaped ball. 5 minutes left on the clock. Knocks it out wide. Messi. Now it's Haaland. No, that's been intercepted. Oh, what has happened here? And he's managed to get... Can he finish? And with that, the final whistle. Well, that was a frustrating game. They were, at times, cohesive, very capable, but undone by an opponent who simply did a better job. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So it's down to business here. Now 2018 was of course the year that saw France become champions again 20 years after their previous triumph, and this man's exploits played a huge part in that success, did they not, Jim?
Yeah, Antoine Griezmann was excellent throughout the tournament with his all-round forward play. It was no surprise that he was man of the match in that high-scoring final against the Croatians.
Yeah, first time since 2002 that the final hadn't gone into extra time. And indeed, the first time since 1966 that 6 goals were scored. What a game it was. No way through. And here's Yamal. Cafu. Incoming delivery. And it's safely in the keeper's hands. And he's going to be disappointed with that. Threads one in. He's in space and looking for options.
Well, both teams are proceeding with caution, but there's plenty of time to wait for some attacking purpose.
Cafu. Yamal. Mbappe is herring after that one. And the through ball.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early... David Villa! And it's hit the woodwork and out! It's in! He'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
Number 15.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
And it's claimed by the keeper. Now it's Villa. And this is Messi. And he's through and all along. And Messi! Oh, it's hit the post. Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, he's someone renowned for his pace and those darting little runs, but also for being a very good ball carrier as well. They want to add more dynamism to that front line.
And they're back on the ball again. He's found a way through, and he's picked out the run. A lot of space ahead of him. And the shot! It's in! They're level in a trice!
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
Simplicity itself.
Haaland really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
Can he get it through? Beckham is wide and looking to get onto this. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Keeper's got good distance on that.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Cafu tries to play it through. David Villa. Neymar! Decent strike, kept it fizzing low. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square.
And now,
So
please
in they
turn
come for the
towards
break with
screen
nothing to
for a
separate them.
special
A score
presentation
1-1.
featuring our guest performers today.
Here's the whistle then to start the second half.
Bangladesh are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Raul. And there's the shot! It's off target and by quite a way.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
It's a searching pass. Griezmann. Neither of these two want to come off second best.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Oh, nicely intercepted. Beckham. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And he welcomes it in. And that's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. It's Neymar! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And we have our very first corner. It's going to be another corner, I think. It's their second corner of the game. Roberto Carlos goes short. Spain have the chance to go the other way. Nicely weighted ball. And this is Griezmann. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, surely that deserved better.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Oh, what a climb! In for the pieces! Goal, Spain! And the comeback is complete! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, it still had to be finished off, so well done to the goal scorer, but the keeper should have done a lot better.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
It's so often the case with...
Shoots! And he comes up trumps again. Half an hour gone in the second half. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. De Bruyne. Robertson.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
He's cut it out. Knocks it into space. Beckham. It is looking like the end. If anything's going to happen, it's got to happen now.
Yeah, they're really playing in hope at this point, but hope is something you can always cling to. This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
He's shifting through the gears here. Well, not the worst attempt. A little technical tweak should help the quality.
Substitution in progress.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
And that has left him in a heap. No, that's been intercepted. Robertson is looking to influence the game from out wide. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. And this is De Bruyne. De Bruyne delivers. And that is as far as it goes. A game that is a tale of one that got away. A position of great promise they established, but they lost momentum. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. And that gets things running.
Lothar Matthäus is going to have a huge influence here, Peter.
Well, it's hard to argue with that. In any game at any time, he is as influential as they come.
Yeah, and he'll be right in the thick of it in the middle of the park, combining the roles of number 10, central midfielder, defensive midfielder. Sometimes he's even sweeper, so watch out for those late attacking runs from deep. And don't be surprised if he gets himself on the score sheet too.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Messi. It is a corner.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Villa. A lot of space ahead of him. Howson did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And face to face with the keeper. It's run loose. Who's going to get there? And they've got a throw. And that's another throw. Dinks one through. Neither side yet able to find the net. Check. Good ball, good take. Oh, nicely intercepted. Oh, there's a probing ball. No, it's come to nothing. And no, that is pretty... And Owen! Michael Owen! Screamer! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! The breakthrough strike! It was the crispest of hits. He just crashed it in.
I think it was probably past the keeper before he even saw it. Incredible he got so much power with so little backlift.
So we have the first goal.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Madrid were a team looking for an outlet, and it seems, Jim, as though they found one.
Yeah, and if that allows them to get people running at and even going beyond that defence, then you can start asking more questions.
It's their second corner of the game. Swept in. And now they can spring out of defence. There's the shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Corner number 3 coming up. Azar, the specialist in tearing teams apart. Messi. Messi going face to face with his great rival. Well timed, excellent interception.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Out of play for a throw. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Can he get on the end of this?
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Messi tries to play it through. There's the whistle for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
On the evidence of what we've seen, they're worth their lead. There was genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
Leading 1-0 at the break.
Substitution on the field. Number 10, David Villa. Coming
Whistle
on the
goes,
field
and
is
we start the second
number
half.
5, Cristiano Ronaldo.
A solitary goal. That has been... There could be trouble here. He's beaten the last man. Chance for a shot! Oh, super goal! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
And that is stunning, just too hot to handle.
I think he's even surprised himself, Peter, in how well he caught that.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Azar is offering some sort of an apology there.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Nicely weighted ball. Finds himself unceremoniously floored. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. And he's chosen to go back. Passing is crisp and sharp. He's being urged to shoot. Big chance! No, that's been intercepted. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's Messi. Knocks it out wide. Messi. Oh, it's come loose. Azar. Raul. Threads one in. And he plays one through. Oh, this is a great position. Real chance! It's there! And they've got their lead back. There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Floated through. That is good alertness.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Azar. Azar. Now it's Owen. The ball is loose and the chase is on. And this is Roll! And that would have won it.
Well, the keeper spared a few blushes here. Going two down at this stage would have made it an awful long way back.
Tries to pass it through.
Two added minutes has been indicated.
Stood up well to him there. 2 minutes to be added on. And that's that. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning. Owen voted man of the match, and
Security staff for
deservedly
each
so.
block, please report to the staff.
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion.
Hello,
The game yet to
everybody,
kick
and
off.
welcome to
The
today's
excitement
match.
already palpable. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. There's the whistle, and here we go. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, this fella up in Meccano, Peter, is well versed in the art of gegenpressing and quick counters, having been brought through a system that excels in both disciplines. If he's able to combine this with his passing, then you could look to him to trigger an awful lot of counter-attacks.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. Takes aim and... oh, smashing header! Firm header, just off target.
That's a great attempt, although he clearly feels he should have done better with it.
It's a pretty loose pass. Ambitious ball here. And that is out of play. Vinicius Junior! It's run loose. That's another chance. Oh, that was a brilliant save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Haaland! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it. Neither side yet able to find the net. Serginho going full tilt down the left. Serginho. Ball swung it. Terrific header. Well, now it's a race, and it's come back out to him. Oh, he got that all wrong.
He'll be annoyed with himself after that. Nothing wrong with his anticipation or his positioning.
And the pass is intercepted. Tries to pass it through. That looks a good ball through. Goes for a shot! Goal! Not a defender in sight. He had all the time in the world.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
After 24 minutes is...
So the first goal of the game.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
And he's intervened well there. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He's got plenty of space out wide here. Cross in, look, oh, what a climb! It's there! And once more, we are all square. You score, we score!
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
After 29 minutes
Pick that
is
one out. It
number
was a
15.
bullet.
Well, you've always got that threat when he's around. Great movement, and what a great header.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
Messi. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Messi carries the ball down the right. Now that's well seen too. Now that looks a decent ball. Chance for a shot! Fantastic from Michael Owen! He gave it plenty and some. Thrashed it in.
Yeah, you just don't save those, Peter. Too much power on, and the manager's absolutely loving this.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Probing pass. Upamecano spots it and intercepts. Haaland in acres of space out. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half.
Please join me in wishing all
It
the
is
best to
quite a
members of
game,
our fan
breathless
club
and
celebrating their
laced with
wedding
excitement.
anniversary
Yeah,
today.
they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
Very little in it. The score at half-time is 2-1.
Substitution for Santos. Messi. Number 11. Hazard.
Whistle
Coming
goes,
on the field.
and we start the second
Number
half.
5. Mbappe. Number 22. Dani Olmo.
And he's straight offside. Good ball, good take. Now it's Vinicius Junior, and he's got his a mighty effort.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
It's a good run down the right. He's having a hit. Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
The most accurate pass. Alexander-Arnold. That pass isn't the best. And the keeper's got it again. Adams. It's a sharp pass. Knocks it into space. Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. And he's going to have his name taken. It is a fair distance from goal. I'm not sure if he'll have a go. Oh, special! That is a special goal! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order! Two to the good, and they are purring! Absolutely purring! That was beautiful. Something close to genius.
Well, he made it look effortless. Clearly a training ground performance.
Bullish header! And yes, it's there! Back within one. They have them in their sights again. Simple, certain, effective. He just guided it in.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
And win! They want to be quick to recover this. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Now it's Mbappe, and the shot!
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep...
Takes a shot! He scored! They've done it again! It is incredible!
Yeah, and it's very much deserved in the circumstances. In these games, it's so tempting to maybe get a little sorry for yourselves, but there's none of that.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Santos are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
This has become one superb game of football.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
He's been...
He's having a shot! Oh, brilliant from Darwin Núñez! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And the game is well and truly turned on its head.
After 83 minutes.
They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball, and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
Substitution in
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it. They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
Now it's Dani Olmo.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
And he thumps it clear. Great vision. That ball looks a good one. Darwin. Neymar. That's at the end. A game that is a tale of one that got away. A position of great promise they established, but they lost momentum, they lost intensity, they lost their lead, and ultimately they lost the game.
And now,
What are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Listen, despite the loss, they have to take something from this. I think the coach will have seen things he needs to work on, so I'm sure they have a lot of sorting out to do before the next game, and they can get there.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all.